Yesterday, I got myself a 15-pound brisket, which is on the smoker right now. And this morning, I realized that we had a barbecue themed sale happening, which is mostly about 20% off. Some go up to 40. And I'm going to show you the items that I have in my collection, some of which I've never shown before, and just go over the knives and geek out a little bit real quick here on a Friday morning or afternoon, whatever it is. Least to most expensive, let's dive in, getting started with the Messermeister folding fillet knife, which is by far the most unique of all that you're gonna see. Probably the most unique that's just on the site, to be honest with you, because it's a folding knife. It's kind of cool. My wife got this for me for Christmas back in 2020, I wanna say. I was doing a lot of fishing. We were living full-time in a motorhome during that time period, so we could travel around a lot. My wife is a traveling nurse, so anyway, I used it quite a bit. You can even see that it's worn off a bit. That's how much I used it, the logos. Okay, so what do we have here? Stonewash German steel coming in at that 56 to 58 Rockwell. A very long, girthy, and grippy micarta handle, which is great for filleting fish, but you could also use this to trim up some brisket. You've got a relatively flexible blade. It's just a cool little knife. Normally $69.95 coming in at $55.95 at 20% off. This is a cool gift idea, especially if you have someone who has a pretty extensive knife collection and you just want to get them something unique that's not breaking the bank. This would be it. Speaking of not breaking the bank, this is our Nexus Chinese cleaver. And then you're going to see some more Nexus gadgets here. Boom, 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 boom. So I'll just explain. Nexus originally started off as steak knives. We wanted to create a just affordable steak knife collection, and that's what we did. But randomly, Michael, the owner, was like, let's make a Chinese cleaver that's super affordable as well, and here you have it. Normally this is $69.95, it's 20% off, so it's $55.96. Who is this for? If you do not have a Chinese cleaver and you're looking to just put your feet in the water and dabble around and see how it performs and how you feel with it, this is it. You can't beat it for the price, and it's just easy to take care of. It's stainless steel, 3-layer clad, 7-inch blade. You've got a walnut barrel-shaped handle, which is very traditional for a Chinese cleaver. It's coming in at a 58 to 60 Rockwell, so easy to sharpen. You can beat around with this, or let's put it this way, if you are looking for an outdoor barbecue cleaver that you can drop and just, you know, beat around, this is it. It's easy, it's inexpensive, that's it. So what I will say about this though is, although this is coming in at a very inexpensive price, this has got quite the little laser at the tip there. So just keep that in mind. And it comes with a sheath. Goodbye. Okay, the only one that's 40% off in my list today. This is the Wusthof Classic 4.5-inch Asian prep knife, AKA, look at the shape, this is a Haneski. Full tang, palm handle, you've got the triple riveted bolster. It's just a great prep knife. What's cool about this, because of that Haneski K-tip type of point that it has, you could use this to trim up some meat, but then rinse it and then go right into your veg prep. It's a badass little blade. And normally $115. And I'm not gonna lie, $115 for this full price. You can get other same, if not better quality knives, including some from Japan, this size at that price. But since this is 40% off and it's down to 69 bucks, that's a really good buy. Okay, next up, we have the trio of Enso knives, which is our in-house line of Japanese knives. These are the HD series, and it just so happens that in my least to most expensive lineup, they were all in order, so let's talk about them all at once. Enso HD VG10 stainless steel with 37 layers of Damascus cladding, a brushed stainless steel bolster and end cap with a triple riveted, nicely weighted micarta handle. This is a very hybrid type handle, taking that German, Japanese type of feel and bringing it together. These knives are great. They are a very approachable price point and all around Rockwell hardness at that 61 Rockwell. So if you're newer to Japanese knives, or you just want to have a set of Japanese knives that you don't have to baby, these will be it. The boning knife is great because of the various curves coming in the blade there, and then the way the heel here pops out, it's there to help your hand have some extra stability for a narrow tipped knife compared to, say, a utility blade that is shaped like, come on, where you at? Like this. If your greasy brisket fatty hand slips up this edge, you're probably going to cut yourself. Great blade. Love utility knives, but that's the point of this boning knife here, to have that wide heel, give you a little extra protection. Now, the curved boning knife has a little bit of a heel here, probably about the same as the other one, but this is going to be a curved boning knife. And I got to tell you, I just used the Hizashi Enso to trim up my 15-pound brisket. Curved boning knives are, and I got another one on the list here, phenomenal for working with flatter cuts of meat. The flattest one that I get is going to be a brisket, and it's like the biggest. I love it. It's what I recommend for any brisket lovers out there. Use a curved boning knife for trimming, game changer. Next up, price point. Normally these are $119.95. They're down to $95.96, so they're 20% off. And since I'm looking at my cheat sheet, the K-tip 9-inch slicer is normally $149 down to $119, which is also 20% off. This Kritske style slicer. Here's what's cool about this. You could use this for prep. You could use this for trimming. You can use it for slicing. I actually put this to use on the cutting board to just do some everyday veg prep. And now if you're on top of the board like this and you're doing a tap or a push, your knuckles are gonna cram into the board. So all you gotta do is come back so your nails, your fingers are off the board and you can get a nice tap, a nice push. The height of the blade is tall enough so that when you're doing a tap or a push, you have that stability of a chef's knife or a bunka or a santoku, so you're not coming in at wonky angles as you're going up and down. I've trimmed with it, I've sliced with it. It's just a great slicer, and especially for $120 right now on sale. Okay, there's the Enso. Now, this is going to be the first time I think I've ever shown steak knives on the channel. This comes as an 8-piece set with the drawer set up here. This is the Nexus full tang steak knife, 5 inches long. This is made with a palm handle, a German stainless steel at a 58 Rockwell, normally $149 coming down to $119.96 at 20% off. If you are looking for a decent steak knife set that's not breaking the bank, you get 8 of them for $120 right now. Pretty good deal. 2 rivets with a mosaic pin in there. What's nice about these is that at that 58 Rockwell, if you're using these on a porcelain plate or ceramic plate, anything like that, you dull them, they're gonna be easy to sharpen. That's one of those things I struggle with steak knives is, you're not serving all of your steaks on a wooden plate or a wooden board. So you're going to dull them the second you start cutting on a plate. I struggle with that. So buy yourself some wood plates on Amazon if you're going to be serving those, if you really want your steak knives to last quite a while. Okay, that's the first one. Next up is the CCK Chinese cleaver. This is the stainless steel chopper. So if you look at the spine of this compared to the Nexus, let me see if I can get the right angle here on this. There you go. It's almost twice as thick. Here, I should probably bring it down this way. There we go. Yep. It's about twice as thick as the Nexus here. So you're getting at 15.8 ounces, almost a pound. This has got some weight behind it, but it still has a really sharp edge. So this is a nice little hybrid. So what do we have here? Stainless steel, 57 to 59 Rockwell. This has got a wood barrel-shaped handle with a brass ferrule. Normally $145 down to $119.99. Double the price as the Nexus, but you're getting quite a bit more out of a cleaver. You're getting that weight, a little bit. Actually, the edge geometry is, it's not as narrow or as thin as the Nexus because this is a chopper. But if you have some pork shoulder, even if you've got the burnt ends of brisket and you just want to hack things away and you don't want to be slamming into your wood board, you have the weight here to be able to get through products without putting giant divots. Great, great Chinese cleaver. I've got a bunch of CCKs back here. They are all just, here, I'll show you this. This isn't on sale, but look at how thick this one is. It's something like 4 millimeters or 5 millimeters thick. It still has an edge on it. It weighs almost 2 pounds. This thing is just a beast. Okay, next up. This is the first boning knife that I ever had that was curved. This is from Shun. This is the Shun Premier. So with this coming in, normally $169 down to $135, 20% off. This has their VG Max stainless steel core coming in at 60 to 61 Rockwell, 69 layers of Damascus with a pack of wood. This is the walnut. I believe we have the blonde that is on the side as well. And you've got the brass and black inlays with the stainless steel end cap with the kanji. The difference between the two, curved, is the height of the blade. This one is also a bit longer. I think that is a 6.5 inch instead of the 6, even though on the website it says 6, it's definitely longer. The height. So you're just getting a beefier handle, you're getting a beefier blade, but when it comes to the performance, they're going to be the same, but they're gonna feel a bit different. That's really it. If you're looking for a little bit more nimble of a knife, go with the Enso. If you want a beefier grip to it, go with the Shun Premier. Okay, more steak knives. This is the 4-piece set by Nexus. This is the Damascus with an olive wood handle. Normally $169, coming down to $135, 20% off. This has AUS 10 stainless steel, 60 to 61 Rockwell with 67 layers of stainless steel Damascus cladding, bolster, end cap, mosaic pin, and a very grippy, not that it matters for a steak knife, but a grippy olive wood handle that is completely natural. I don't believe this is even lacquered. So this is something that every once in a while, hit it with some mineral oil just to hydrate them. When you're putting them away for the season, or maybe you'll use them for the holidays, that's a good time to oil them up. These feel great. And I gotta tell you, if you're gonna invest in these, coming in at, well, right now, 135 bucks for 4 knives, I'm not gonna lie, you're getting yourself a boning knife / prep knife that you could use as well. Next up is the 4-piece, same thing, but with a resin handle. I'll give you a little bit better of a, there you go. You can really see the blade there. The resin handle here is pretty cool looking, not gonna lie. So I guess it comes up into a type of wood. It's just cool looking. You need them. Anyway, there's the Nexus. And yes, Nexus, they're made in China. Just so you know, we're all about Japanese knives, but we do have some really cool stuff coming out of China as well. And the final steak set here is Nexus as well. This is a 6-piece, normally $179 down to $143, 20% off. You've got stainless steel, 60 to 61 Rockwell, 67 layers of Damascus with an octagonal ebony wood handle. And this is just a good little knife. So actually, it says octagonal on the site. I guess it is. It has more of a rounded belly to it. And yes, it is octagonal because there are sides. They're just very soft. So for a steak knife, you're not getting that like hard angle octagonal feel as you would with a Japanese knife. Okay, the last two, pretty cool. This is brand new. I'm gonna be doing a brand video soon on the Model X. I showed y'all the chef's knife a while back. We now have the chef's knife with hollows. We have the Nakiri, which I haven't shown yet. We've got the brisket slicer right here. And we also have a boning knife, which should be on its way to me right now, which I'm excited to get. That's a curved boning knife as well. So 18 inches with hollows. This is our brisket slicer. And you can see it's thick. It is very thick. This is coming in at 3.7 millimeters. So this is almost double of what most knives would have for a slicer. Compare this to the Enso. You can see, I actually think that that is more than double. I've used this on ribs. I've used it on brisket. I've used it on pork loin. The weight is unreal. Sometimes when you're slicing, you're pushing and you're pulling. Sometimes you're just giving it a pull back. The pull back, the weight you get from this, it's effortless. It's really, really interesting. This is probably, I mean, I've got slicer, 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 more slicers. It's the most unique. I really like this. So the Global G108. So if you're watching this and you're from another part of the world other than the United States, we call this the Model X. We designed it, but it is still something that Global sells in other countries. So get your hands on it. It's pretty cool. And last, but definitely not least, Global. Normally $199, coming down to $159. So you're saving 40 bucks at 20% off. 56 to 58 Rockwell. It's the same as all the other Global knives. That's it. It's a Global. They're pretty much all the same in the sense of their steel. Okay. Oop. I need to, hold on, hang tight. Give this a little wipe down here. Beautiful. The Kramer Meiji chef's knife. Made in Japan. This is the Kramer Zwilling collaboration. A stunning knife, I must say. A little bit different of a shape in the blade compared to the Kramer Damascus. As you can see at the tip, it's a little bit finer. You get this little belly right here, and then it kind of flattens out, which is awesome for doing tap chops with the tip of the knife. So we have FC61 stainless steel, which is Kramer's, well, Miyabi actually is willing their proprietary stainless steel, going into a really angled, hard angled, minimalistic bolster with this D-shaped handle that has got, I mean, it's about as D-shaped as they get. You can see it comes to that really hard point compared to a lot of other D-shaped handles that are a little bit more contoured and rounded. A mosaic pin there. This has a two-tone pack-a-wood handle, but the steel has 100 layers of Damascus, 60 to 61 Rockwell, a very middle ground hardness. So you can use this for the rock chop. You can use this for cross chop or mincing. Really good curvature. Awesome knife. Normally $319.95 down to $249. So you're saving like almost 22% or 70 bucks off that blade. That's a good buy. I mean, they're all good buys. I would say though, because it's 70 bucks off, that's probably one of the best ones. I know it's still like roughly 20%, but you don't really get the Kramers at 20% off that often. So there you have it. Barbecue themed inspired knives that are totally random and on sale. Get yourself a cleaver, get yourself a boning knife that's curved, get yourself some steak knives. Or, man, this duo right there, it's pretty badass. I'm Chef Brandon with Cutlery More. Thanks for hanging out. Enjoy the sale. Oh, and this is only on sale for a couple more days. Today's what, the 16th? I think it goes till the 21st, and then there's gonna be, you know, Memorial Day sales and things like that happening. But for right now, good deal. See you later.